I done seen these streets eat the best of niggas and teach the rest of niggas. If God willing every time, I'm gonna blame my nigga. I remember
Yo, what up, YouTube family? Right back at it with another video, man, for y'all, man. Big love, man. Big shout out, man, all my loyal viewers, all my loyal watchers. Man, y'all continue to smash them like buttons, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. So your boy, man, that'll help your boy out a lot, man. For real, man. Help me get this message out there, man. Help me get these videos out there to more people, man. Let's get right into it. Today we finna get into a story, man, about these guys fucked around and robbed the wrong nigga. Hey, these niggas fucked around and robbed the wrong nigga, man. Let me tell you about this shit, man. Look, so it was a guy, I'ma call him, let's say his, I ain't gonna say his real name, let's say his name was, we're gonna call him Knowledge, right? Because Knowledge was a 5%er dude, you know what I mean? And they 5%ers normally have those types of names or whatever. So let's just call him Knowledge, all right? Knowledge was like 50 years old, maybe. He was like 45, 50 years old. Knowledge had some bread, bro. Like, Knowledge had some cake. Like, Knowledge was a real millionaire, for real. Like, no cap, like, no exaggeration. Holmes owned apartment complexes, like upstate New York type stuff, bro. Like, Holmes was sitting on at least, had a net worth of at least about 50 million, man. And the reason why I say that is because I done seen the deeds on this man properties that he owned apartment complexes, bro. Like, this nigga might own a complex that's worth like 12, 13 million or something like that. And he got a few of them, houses, the man got real estate all over the place. But in order to know who he was, you would have to knew who he was. And like, if you didn't know who he was, then you wouldn't know who he was. Like, cause Holmes like stayed to himself. He stayed to himself. He was 5%er. So 5%ers aren't really like Muslim, but they kind of Muslim, but they not really like Muslim. So he wasn't one of us, but he fucked it with us, you know what I mean? But he really was a civilian. You know, civilian is somebody who just roll by themselves, you know what I mean? They not affiliated with no gangs or no organizations or nothing like that. So they just kind of by themselves. So he pretty much stayed to himself. He stayed in his room 24/7. He in his cell. He never coming out the cell to kick it, none of that. You know what I mean? Only time he coming out the cell is to take a shower. He not even going to go get nothing to eat, because he ordering so much food off commissary, he don't need to go get none of their food. He would always keep like 3 cell phones. Now in prison, if you got 1 cell phone, then you talking about something, you know what I mean? If you got 1 cell phone, then you got something going on. But if you got 3 cell phones, then you really that nigga. Like, you got 3 personal cell phones, you really that nigga. So he would always have like 3 phones at a time. Like, the whole time I knew him, he always kept 3 phones. If there ever was some phones that, you know, police came in and caught him with some of the phones or whatever, or the phones got knocked off, he would always replace them ASAP. It wasn't nothing, you know what I mean? Holmes was generous as hell, man. That's why it's a shame that they did him the way that they did him, right? Cause Holmes was generous as fuck, bro. He'll give you whatever you ask him for, you know what I mean? He used to designate one of his phones just for circulate around the dorm for people to use, you know what I mean? People who didn't have no phone or whatever, they could come and get, you know, a hot 15, 20 minutes on the phone to call your people real quick, you know, call your kids, call your mom or whatever, you know what I mean? He would do that, you know what I mean? Food, if ever you need it, you know what I mean? Something to snack on real quick or something, man, you pull up, man, on Knowledge, man, he got you, you feel me? But, so Knowledge was like secretly that nigga. Like, he was the plug. Like, Holmes was a real kingpin plug on the street and still making moves on the street from behind the walls. You know what I mean? The only reason why this dude was so rich and wasn't able to pay for his case and buy his way out of the situation was because he had already did that so many times in the past. This man done bought so many cases in the past and got off that now it's like your money can't save you this time, so he had to ride. You know what I mean? But Holmes had affiliation with BMF. Like Holmes knew big shot BMF niggas, like for real. Like I don't know if he knew Big Meech and them or not, but he knew like big shot BMF niggas. The nigga was from Harlem. He was from Harlem, New York. You know what I mean? This nigga had ties to the OG drug dealer kingpin niggas in Harlem that they make movies about, Alpo and fucking Rich Porter and all these folk. That nigga knew them folk for real, like for real. The nigga was rolling with some big names, you know what I mean? The nigga was somebody, but you would have to know him to know who he was. So one day there was this blood guy, all right? And there was this blood guy. I ain't gonna say his name, but let's say his name was let's just say his name was Big Boy, right? So Big Boy is a big shot blood nigga, right? Big Boy actually had his own set of the blood gang. Now, if you know anything about the Bloods, you'll know that there's a whole bunch of sets. Like, if you a Blood, you gotta be a part of some type of set. You know what I mean? Rolex, Sex, Money, Murder, which is the same thing, really. Billy, Bounty Hunter, Brim, all type of, you know, G-Shine, Ace Trey, all type. They probably got countless sets. So it's one thing to be an OG or a 00 or a 000 within your set, which is an already established set. And that's cool, you know, you a high ranking Blood, you know what I mean? You call some shots and whatever, and that's cool. But for you to actually have your own set, and for you to actually be the nigga who originated your own set, then it ain't gonna get too much bigger than that as far as Blood gang go. So dude, Big Boy had his own set. So this a powerful guy, you know what I mean? He comes into the dorm. So Big Boy was trying to orchestrate a move with the GDs in the dorm, because the GDs was making a lot of moves in the dorm. So the GDs, what they were doing was they was hiring these white boys that be on that ice and shit, and they was hiring them to sit there and cut holes in the wall to get outside of the dorm. So these guys will sit there and cut these holes in the wall for like a week. They'll be like cutting holes in the wall for like a week, and they would have a hole big enough just to fit, you know, like a little dude, a little small, short, skinny guy could fit through the hole and get outside. And then and then from there, they would have people coming from the outside world, from the free world, to run up to the gates of the prison and throw these little packs over the fence. All right, normally they would be packed in like these little balls, kind of look like a big softball or something, you know what I mean? It might be t-shirts taped up or something with, you know, phones and weed and cigarettes all in it, you know what I mean? The guys would throw them over the fence, and these little guys would come out and run outside the dorm, and they would get this stuff. That was one of the ways that we was getting, you know, phones, weed, and all cigarettes, whatever they was getting, right? But the only issue was that every prison has what they call P cars, perimeter patrol cars. We call them P cars, right? Normally you're gonna have at least about 2 cars or sometimes 3 cars that's gonna be circling around the whole perimeter of the prison. Now, they would time these cars, because they're so when one car passes by, you would know that you had like a good 2 minutes until the next car is gonna come around, right? So you had to time it right. But oftentimes the P car is gonna catch you. You know what I mean? So when you busting this type of move, it's always a coin toss, because P card 9 out of 10 gonna catch. They gonna see something. They either gonna see the dudes running out there to get the stuff, or they gonna see the people throwing the stuff. They gonna see something. You know what I mean? So the guys in the free world that was coming to throw the stuff, in this particular incident, they had actually got caught. They got caught before they even got a chance to throw the shit. So Big Boy is in on this move. The big blood guy, he's in on this move with the GDs. All right, they move get knocked off. So Big Boy mad as hell, because Big Boy was banking. Big Boy was banking on this move to go through, right? So, you know, Big Boy the type of nigga where, you know, he gonna muscle his way in. Like, he gonna muscle his way in to your move. Like, I don't give a fuck who you is. Like, he gonna push up. You got a move going on, he gonna push up and like muscle his way in the move. Like, look, let me goddamn throw something in y'all pack when y'all get this pack. You know what I mean? And if you deny him, you could deny him, and you know what I mean, it's gonna be some issues. Like, that's just how most blood niggas was in Chain Gang anyway. Like, they ain't give no fucks about going to war about some stupid shit. So anyway, Pat get knocked off. Big Boy heated. Big Boy mad. Alright. So, you know, 'cause he banking on this, you know what I mean? So Big Boy knows knowledge. I mean, he don't know knowledge, but he knows that knowledge is this old man in the dorm that don't nobody fuck with and don't fuck with nobody, just be to himself in his room. But he knows that knowledge be having a lot of phones and stuff. Man, tell me why Big Boy done went and gathered up, you know, like 5 or 6 blood niggas, right? And actually a couple of Muslim guys too, man, because the Muslim guys claim that they were involved with it because they say that Big Boy came to them and asked them, you know, who is knowledge, like, is knowledge a Muslim or what, you know what I mean? And they say that they told him, well, he not Muslim, but he fuck with us, you know what I mean? And he's not under our protection, but we not finna just let anything happen to him, you know what I mean, like that, because he fuck with us. So they claim that, you know, knowledge said, well, look, I'm finna rob this nigga, you know what I mean? But, you know, since y'all say that he kind of with y'all, I'm not gonna just do him dirty, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna stab him up or nothing like that. So these 2 Muslim dudes, they claim that they said, okay, well, let us come down there with you when you rob them. Let us come down there and we'll go in the room with you and just make sure that y'all don't hurt the nigga and shit, right? So I remember this shit like it was yesterday. All I know is we out in the day room, me and a couple people I was talking to, and we see like 5 or 6 blood niggas and the 2 Muslim dudes run up on on knowledge, right? The dude name was Knowledge, right? So Knowledge was standing outside of his dorm. I mean, outside of his room. And when they ran up on him, they caught him outside of his room. And all I know is I see them jack World up. They jack Knowledge up, man, and they push inside the room with him, right? And you know, Big Boy, his favorite threat was having this big ass knife, and his favorite threat was, nigga, I'm finna fuck you in the ass with this knife. I'm gonna fuck you in the ass with this knife, nigga. You don't come up off this guy. That was his fucking go-to line, bro. Like that was his. I don't know if he ever had actually went through with sticking a knife up someone's ass. I don't know, but he loved to give that threat. Like that was his thing, right? So like knowledge shitting bricks, bro, because you got these young niggas, you got these young hot niggas, you old, you like 50 something years old, you got these young hot niggas done ran up on you with these sharp ass knives out talking about, you know, come up off your phones and whatever. So Knowledge came off the phones, you know what I mean? He had 3 phones. He came off the phones, and then they took him out of his room and took him to another room that had better phone service, and they made him use one of his phones to cash app Big Boy $3,000 from Knowledge's cash app, sent it to Big Boy's cash app, $3,000. So Knowledge went ahead and sent it, you know what I mean? But Knowledge scared. I could tell he was scared, but I mean, cause who wouldn't be? But he was cool. Like he was playing it cool. He was like, yeah, you know, man, you know, whatever, man, you know what I mean? Send a little money, you know what I mean? Whatever, that ain't shit, right? Bruh. These niggas didn't know who this nigga was, bro. These niggas did not know who this nigga was, bro. Listen, man. So, Knowledge phone's gone. Alright. But I know that Knowledge's brother is the right-hand man with the biggest G-Shine nigga in the whole southeast corner of the US. Like, this dude, like, G-Shine is a set of the Bloods, you know what I mean, originally from Brooklyn, right? I think Brooklyn. But this dude is like, I think he like the second highest dude over the whole G-Shine set, and he runs everything from Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, all of them states down in the southeast. He's the head dude over all of the Blood G-Shine dude. This a big, powerful, this a powerful dude, right? This dude here. And this dude, who is this head G-Shine dude, is also affiliated with BMF. You know what I mean? They affiliated with Big Meech and all them folks, right? Now, Knowledge brother is best friends with this big G-Shine dude. But these stupid ass other Blood niggas didn't know that. That's why you always gotta know who the fuck you finna run up on, right? So we go on lockdown because after they robbed them, it turned into a big commotion, right? You know what I mean? It's a big commotion turned out. So police come in, they put us on lockdown. We was on lockdown for like 4 or 5 days or something like that. Now I got my phone, right? So I fuck with Knowledge, right? And I ain't like how the shit went down. You know what I mean? I ain't like how the shit went down, right? So I put in a call. No, matter of fact, no. I holler at Knowledge, right? I send Knowledge a kite. All right, the kite is, you know, writing a little letter, right, down to his room. I send it down to his room. I say, look, bro, do you want me to get in touch with the big G-Shine nigga? You know, I ain't gonna say his name, but, and like, do you want me to get in touch with him? Cause I know how to get in touch with him. You know what I mean? And do you want to talk to him? Explain what these niggas done did to you, right? So what eventually happened was, so when we was on lockdown, we locked in our rooms, but at that particular prison, we would always pop out of our rooms. Like, they couldn't lock us down because the way that the doors were, we could rig the doors to where they think the doors is locked, but all we gotta do is just shimmy the lock a little bit and everybody pop out their rooms, you know what I mean? And it wasn't, you know what I mean? So anyway, we had them popped out our rooms. So I slid down there to Knowledge room, and I talked to him like, look, you want me to get in touch with him, blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah, get in touch with him. I want to talk to him, you know what I mean? Whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we go back, you know what I mean? Like, when we pop out the rooms, you can only be out for like maybe 10, 15 minutes, you know what I mean, before the police come in and lock everybody down again. So I go to my room. I get in touch with the big guy, the big man with the G-Shine, you know what I mean? He knows me because I had been at other prisons with him. He's at a whole nother prison, and I had been at that prison with him, and I was the imam of the Muslims at the time. So I had to, you know, you have to associate with, you know, all the leaders or all the stuff in case something pop off. You know, y'all come, you know, the administration gonna come and call all the big shots out to talk, and hopefully y'all come to some type of peaceful agreement so that they can let everybody all out. So anyway, he knowed me, right? So I let him know, like, look, so-and-so brother, you know, which is his best friend, like, hey, so-and-so brother down here with me at, you know, this prison, and he got robbed by these blood niggas, man. They took 3 of his phones and took $3,000 from him, right? So he was like, yeah, he like, what? He like, what? For real? They did what? He like, man, let me talk to him. Let me talk to Knowledge. Let me talk to him. Let's see what's going on with him. So I'm like, look, we on lockdown right now, so, you know what I mean, I'll, you know what I mean, next time I get my phone to him, I have him call you. So long story short, he called him. Next time he got a chance, he called him. He explained to him what happened. Bruh, he explained to him what happened. Bruh. Bruh. It's crazy, right? Because dude from a whole nother prison sent the squad. And matter of fact, one of the blood dudes that was in the dorm, he was G-Shine, but he didn't have nothing to do with the situation of taking the phone. He was actually in the dorm already. And he was a shooter. Bruh, look, the man sent a squad down to our dorm of some G-Shine niggas, bruh. And when they came up in our dorm, bro, that shit was a bloodbath, nigga. When I tell you that shit was some real 300, the movie 300 shit, bro. Bro. And then it wasn't nothing but like 5 niggas, bro. The dude sent 5 niggas to go air out this dorm, bro. And when them dudes ran up in there, every blood nigga, bro. These niggas on the floor. These niggas running through niggas, bro. I'm sitting up here looking at this shit like I'm on the top tier. Like I'm standing on the tier looking over the range, looking on the floor like, oh shit. These niggas got niggas by the collar. Goddamn, they got niggas shirt hitting niggas. These niggas got big ass swords hitting niggas. Bro, when I tell you 6 niggas had to get airlifted up out of that dorm. And by airlifted, what airlifted means is that when you stabbed up real bad and them folk come, they gotta bring helicopters. They gotta bring helicopters to land in front of your dorm, and they gotta cart your ass on the helicopter to hurry up and rush your ass to the hospital. That's what they call getting airlifted. 6 niggas had to get airlifted about that bitch, bro. Behind Knowledge, bro. And that in itself just signifies who this nigga was, bro. And these niggas didn't know who this nigga was, bro. This shit crazy, bro. But after that situation, we went on lockdown for like a month, I think, maybe like 3 weeks or so after that had happened. You know what I mean? And I actually got out. When I got out, I went to pull up on Knowledge just to see, you know, what was up with him. He got his phones back, you know what I mean? They was able to get all the phones back, you know what I mean? They was able to get some of the money back. But no matter of fact, he didn't even get all his phones back. I think he got like 2 phones back, and they wasn't even his phones. They had to find some other phones, and they gave him some other phones. And I think he got like maybe $1,000 back out of the 3,000 or something, like, I don't know. But and it's crazy because when I was talking to Knowledge about the situation after these dudes done got pulled the fuck out, done got damn kneeled in that bitch, like, he was really sad about that shit, bro. Like, he really felt bad about that shit, bro. You know what I mean? Because he a 5%er, and he loved black people. Like, he loved black people so much, you know what I mean? And he was like, you know, all I wanted, I was hoping that, you know what I mean, I would just get my stuff back. I didn't intend for all this violence. He said, you know, he's saying that he ain't like violence between black people, you know what I mean? Cause I mean, I hated to see that happen, you know what I mean? He like, at the end of the day, that's just some stuff, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, the phones, the little money, like, man, that's just some stuff, bro. Like, I'll buy some more stuff, man. I'm gonna get some more money, man. That wasn't nothing, man. But to see these dudes, you know what I mean, damn near losing their lives, man, over this stuff, bro. He wasn't too pleased about that, you know what I mean? But that was the situation. And it was a crazy situation, man. But yeah, so these young guys we out here doing this stupid shit, man. They don't even know who they fucking with, bro. They don't even know who they fucking with, bro. But yeah, man, y'all stay tuned, man. I got a lot more to come. I got 12 years worth of this shit. I got 12 years worth of this shit, man. So I ain't going nowhere no time soon. Ain't nobody else really telling the stories about what's going on behind the walls in Georgia that I know of, you know what I mean? Georgia, every state is different, you know what I mean? So I'm here. I'm gonna keep them coming, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all keep on locking in, man. Stay subscribing. Hit that notification bell, man. I mean, not hit the notification bell. Oh yeah, hit the notification bell too. But hit that like button though, you know what I mean? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, man. Y'all keep your boy up, man. Y'all stay up, man. All love, man. Peace and love, peace and blessings. You know, all the righteous people out there, all the kings and queens, man, y'all hold it down. Peace.